Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 8th. We're going to jump right in here, Sagittarius, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. And yeah, fits in pretty well with what everyone else has had. So it's like definitely one of those collective weeks. But your mind is definitely on the money here with that Ten of Pentacles. And I like to see that. It's also interesting to me that, again, there have been some challenges that have shown up this week. But for the most part, it's like everybody's thoughts, you have the Ten of Pentacles in your thoughts. It's like everybody's thoughts are at least in the right place, which, I don't, it's kind of like a good thing and amazing at the same time. So I like it. You start off with the Death card, definitely a transformation week, I would say. I mean, there are just every single transformation card that exists has come up for pretty much everyone. So I feel like you could be just going through a transformation with this card. I do feel a sense of hope here. Again, there's this white rose right here on his banner, and the white rose on the Death card actually kind of represents the like pinprick of light in the darkness. It's kind of like in a totally dark space, even the tiniest little bit of light chases the darkness away. So, there could be some good news, I feel, coming in for you. Although, I hesitate to say that because, number one, I don't feel it intuitively, number two, yet, which could change. Number two, that you really have no other cards of good news, but I do feel like some good things at least are coming in for you. The only thing holding you back is this right here, Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is what's holding everyone back right now. So, as I said in those bonus readings that I just did for August, I would just look for multiple ways of doing everything that you can possibly think of with the Eight of Swords. It might sound a little discouraging as well, but it's not. I promise you. It's like if you come up with an idea to do something, anything, go on a date, start a business, do anything you want to do. If you come up with any ideas, I would just come up with multiple ideas of how to get it to work in the first place, right? It's like, I feel like for the most part, if we go into something too fixed, we're going to, with like fixed expectations of how things are going to work out, we're going to end up disappointed. But I feel like if we can go in with an open mind, multiple ways that something could be successful, or if we go in willing to be spontaneous, like willing to go on a date and just see how things go, willing to start a business and just see how it goes, and kind of be willing to adapt to changes and things that happen, then we'll be very successful. But Eight of Swords is very fixed energy. It's only seeing one way of doing things. So, what I would say is open up to all the possibilities. Next, in the area of your thoughts, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Love it. I feel like your thoughts are definitely in the right place. I pretty much feel that, you could be very much focused with that King of Pentacles. It's coming up in your near future on building, leaving a legacy. Of course, the Ten of Pentacles is all about building and leaving a legacy. It's also a card of like abundance, obviously, wealth, success. But I kind of feel for you, the King of Pentacles is Taurus, and we have Uranus and Taurus right now, and Uranus and Taurus is what's causing all this energy, or a lot of it, a lot of this kind of focusing on stability and things like that. Uranus and Taurus definitely want stability, but more in the sense of freedom, and which is different because, you could look at getting paid the same amount of money every single day for the rest of your life as stability, right? You could kind of argue that point if it was a certain amount of money. But would it really be freedom? Well, if it was only enough to survive every single day, just to get you by every single day, it's like you would be stable, but maybe wouldn't have the freedom to do other things that you want to do. So there's like a little bit of a difference here, right? And I like that for you. I feel like you're living life with no limits, or you're at least focused on creating that with the Ten of Pentacles, something that's much more free. And in the area of your foundation, I feel like you're ready to take action with the Emperor. Sorry, the Emperor is ready to go. He has this cloak on, but he also has this armor on underneath his cloak in the Emperor card, and it kind of represents the fact that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. Nothing is going to stop him. He's ready to take action. So for a lot of you, I kind of feel like you're ready to go here with this Emperor energy. In the area of the past, or the energy that you are moving past, you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords can represent moving on to calmer shores, so it can say that you've created calmer shores in your life. The interesting thing about this card that I'm kind of feeling here with the Six of Swords is that I feel like you've gone through a rite of passage. Six of Swords can represent going through a rite of passage, going through something challenging, so that you can have like a better result on the other side, or so that you can almost earn something like a rite of passage. And that's really the energy that I'm getting here on the Six of Swords. I feel for you, Sagittarius, it's more kind of, again, talking about that whole rite of passage thing. I'm not really getting the whole moving on to calmer shores. I'm not saying that's not what has happened ever, but I kind of feel more rite of passage energy. Next, in the near future, you have the King of Pentacles. Stability. So I feel like you're feeling stable in the near future. Kind of boring, but it's like I said, who wants to truly be stable? I feel like we kind of want to live life to the limits right now. At least you do here, Sagittarius. And so I feel like you're hoping for a little bit more, but I do feel things are going well. I also feel like your mind is in the right place. You also have the Queen of Pentacles at the end. You also have the Two of Cups coming up next. So if you're looking for love, this could be a very stable, secure relationship coming in for you. And again, it doesn't matter if you're attracted to the same gender, whatever. I don't attach gender to my cards. This is just how the two people are showing up in the reading. So I feel like there could be like a very strong connection coming in for you. And here you go. Over the next few months, you have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, of course, can represent a soulmate. It is also a card of kind of like communication. Right here, you have the Staff of Hermes, and it represents just communication, receiving communication. So at the very least, I feel like you could start communicating with someone new over the next few months. It does feel a little bit slow, a little bit methodical to me. It kind of feels a little bit, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I do feel like it needs a little bit more excitement. Again, I don't mind the King and Queen of Pentacles. I actually feel like they make a great couple, right? But sometimes I feel like in the beginning of a relationship, for example, it can be just a little bit too, like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but just boring. Let's put it that way. I feel like some more spice needs to be added here to the relationship, more fire energy, right? And more creative energy, more willing to express yourself and maybe themselves. But again, I feel like it's coming from their side, not your side. That's why I'm saying this. So I feel like you're kind of like hoping that like a new relationship gets to that point. So just know if you meet a person over the next few months that maybe you could be hoping for that with the person. And again, I keep wanting to say the word medical, which is weird. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is nothing. I don't think this has anything to do with like medicine or medical. You could be meeting a doctor or something like that, or someone who works in the medical field, but that's not really like what I mean by that word. I feel like if you're meeting a person, it's like, I feel just like it's almost like they follow a plan. It's almost like too planned out, the relationship. Does that make sense? It's almost like they have a certain way that they do things. And I feel like if they would just kind of like let themselves go and not try to, be what they think they need to be, then I feel like it would be like a lot more exciting. I hope that makes sense. Probably not. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card that is kind of like about putting up boundaries. It is a card that says don't give up, so I definitely wouldn't give up on anything at this time. It is a card of the Wounded Warrior, so, again, this is coming up in the area of your closest relationships, and you might be looking into some of your close relationships and wondering, or, just one relationship and wondering if you should open up. What I will say is that the Nine of Wands, again, says don't give up. The other thing is that everybody's been getting this card, and I would definitely be experimenting as much as I possibly could right now. I am experimenting as much as I possibly can right now, trying as many new things in as many areas of my life as I possibly can. Because, again, like I said, I feel like being flexible right now is going to just lead to the biggest results and also a lot of success. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Hangman. Not bad, not good is what I would say on the Hangman. Hangman used to be my least favorite card. It still is. Really, because it's just like, come on, get off the pole. You know you want to do something, get moving there, Hangman. So I feel like, you know that you want to take action on something. And if you're thinking about like starting a business or anything like that, that's kind of like what I feel here. If that is not the case, again, I do feel like this could be talking about love, and I feel like you are hoping that a person that you're dealing with in the near future, like next few months, I would say, maybe between now and the end of the year. I know that's like 6 months or whatever. I don't do math, right, Sagittarius? But what I would say is I feel like you're hoping that they it's like, they like you, you like them, but you're like hoping that there's more something going on here, a little bit more razzle dazzle, right? And finally, your outcome is the Queen of Pentacles, resourcefulness. Card of abundance as well. So I feel like there's like a lot of abundance and success coming in for you with the Queen of Pentacles. So I definitely like to see that. But let's see if we can clarify this. Let's see if we can figure out what this person's deal is as well. But let's see. With that Death card and the Eight of Swords, you have the Emperor. You have the Emperor twice, just like I thought. So definitely time for you to take action on something. It's kind of weird because I said to someone else, I can't remember who, but they also had the Emperor with the King of Pentacles. You don't, but I mean, right here as well. It's kind of like saying, and even here, not to make you sick here by going back and forth between the cameras, but, going this way, like ready to take action. King of Pentacles, he is good at what he does. He knows what he wants to do. He has these grapes on his cloak. The grapes in the tarot represent like having a skill. Grapes are meant to represent something that's like hard or difficult to grow. He has the skills necessary to grow those grapes. And then to the Hangman, it's like questioning yourself, So I feel like there's a need to make sure you're not questioning your own skills. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Moon card here. I kind of feel like maybe you need to practice visualizing what you want with that Ten of Pentacles. The Moon is a card of your imagination, and it can be a card of fears, illusions, fantasies, all those things. But the Moon, to me, does not say stop. The Moon says take your dreams, bring them down to earth. It's like, yes, you might have to sink your hooks into your dreams to bring them down to earth. You're going to have to take action, but if you do that, you will manifest your dreams. With the Emperor, you have the Hermit. The Hermit is kind of like another card of a rite of passage. So you have, I was getting that rite of passage energy, and maybe that's like what you're waiting for. It's like, I do feel this energy of maybe asking for permission. It's like, I feel like partially that school makes us do this, right? Because we have to like ask to go to the bathroom, which I always thought was ridiculous in the first place, right? Or we have to ask permission to do things. So like school teaches us to ask permission, right? But when we become adults, there is no one to ask permission for anything, really, right? No one can really tell us what to do. We can do whatever we want. Now we have laws and regulations and things like that, so we can't truly do whatever we want, but there's really nothing stopping you from doing something that you want, right? And I kind of feel like you need to realize that like what you've been through, what you've learned is the permission, right? I hope that makes sense. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Page of Wands, time to go on an adventure. I feel like everybody just is like wanting more excitement, like I said, more spice, right? So even outside of love, I would say anything you can do to create like more positive experiences, more happiness, more joy in your own life, even if you have to do it from the comfort of your own home. I am a big fan of doing that right now because I just feel the world needs more of it, right? And I feel like if we can all just be, little star cards, like I've been saying for months now, little beacons of light, brightening people's day out in public, that would be great, right? With the Two of Cups, you have the Devil. I feel like this is like past thoughts. So if you're looking for love and someone comes in, I would just be careful of like thinking that new relationships are all going to be like the past relationship and things like that. I would definitely be careful of this becoming too kind of like of, someone not expressing themselves, like I said. I don't know how else to say it. So, maybe you could tell them, like, if you feel like a person is holding back, maybe you could use your words and say, hey, you don't have to, like, hold back with me. You can express yourself. You can be yourself. You don't have to, like, do things that you think you have to do, right? And just see what happens is what I would say with that Devil card. For others, could be a Capricorn that is coming in for you. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. I do feel some of you are a little bit worried about relationships always being the same as far as love is concerned. So Four of Pentacles, he's like kind of holding on to the past, and he's holding on too tightly to the past. Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior. So again, I feel like you need to realize that this new relationship, while the person might be holding back a little bit, I wouldn't describe it as holding back. I feel like, again, maybe it's a person who's very similar to, like, I feel like they've kind of gone through something very similar to what you have, but they just express it in a different way. And maybe that is like they're trying to be, I don't want to use the word perfect, but maybe they're trying to put their best foot forward, but that's preventing them from, expressing some things that make them who they are, which I feel needs to happen. With the Hangman, you have the Hierophant, marriage. So again, for some of you, I feel like if you're in a relationship, you could be tapping your foot, being like, okay, why isn't this person committing to me? Those types of vibes. Another card that kind of represents a rite of passage, by the way. So I definitely feel that's like saying you've earned your spot to have something that you want in your life. And finally, with that Queen of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is a card. You know, it's interesting because Queen of Pentacles is a card of hobbies. I mean, a card of, you know, kind of like having resourcefulness, having some sort of talent, gift, skill, or ability that could increase your resources, like financially. Five of Wands can represent like your hobbies, things that you're interested in. And, you know, that's opposite, you know, that's different from, you know, it represents conflict, competition. Yes, I get that. But, you know, it also can represent like your hobbies or things you're interested in and turning those things into a business. It's popping into my head, kind of like a little side meaning that I have for the Five of Wands. So I'd be looking into that if I were you. I want to see what this card is. You have this time for a nap card. Yeah, I would say like sleep on it. Anything, any decisions that you're trying to make. I don't think you're like resting. I don't think this is suggesting that you just take a bunch of time to rest. I feel like it's saying if you find yourself bumping up against a wall, have a nap, right? It's like, I think it's Esther Hicks who talks about this all the time. She says, you bump into a resistance where you resist something. The best form of non-resistance is sleep. Right? So I feel for some of you, anything you can do, oops, sorry, my camera might have just turned off, but anything you could do to remove yourself from resistant situations, I feel like would be very good for you. But this looks pretty good, and sorry, let me fix this. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.